Hello and welcome to Bud's RPG Review, where I give my thoughts on role-playing games, card games and board games. Today's review is the Sea Demon's Gold for D&D 5th edition by Arcdream Publishing. Okay, first a bit of history. Released in 2019, the Sea Demon's Gold is an 18-page adventure that is available as a PDF or print on demand that has been created to be compatible with D&D 5th edition under the Open Gaming license. It has been designed for 5 first-level characters, though it does contain notes throughout that give suggestions on making it scalable. It also marks Arcdream Publishing's first foray into D&D. Right, to the cover. Here we have an excellent piece by Kirk Komoda that shows one of the encounters within. There'll be spoilers from this point on, so stop watching now if you intend to play this. The adventure begins in media res with the players on a ship, the Heart of Iron, heading to a long-forgotten island that is home to the Temple of the Sea Demon. They were recruited by the ship's captain, who had heard a rumour of the treasure that allegedly lay there. The scenario advises that the sea and surrounding cultures should have a sense of Mediterranean and Northern European, as it will feel more natural this way, with the Broken Empire, Arcdream's own setting, also being recommended. Not long after this small introduction, the ship is caught in a storm as they near the island, which gives the players a number of options to perform skill checks in order to save various members of the crew from death and injury. As the waves become more fierce, the ship is attacked by the Sea Folk, a people long cursed to live in the depths. They have scaly skin, seaweed-like hair, gills, and human legs that are perfectly balanced in the tumultuous conditions. They have sea-green bronze swords and scaly tunics. The attack only lasts for 3 rounds, with the ship subsequently floundering and shattering on the shoals of the island. Handily, it contains notes on how to weaken or strengthen the encounter, depending on the party. It also gives us a frankly poor diagram of the Heart of Iron that is fairly useless as it has no scale. Any adventurers that went overboard during the attack and storm find themselves in the underwater village of the Sea Folk. The magic that keeps the Sea Folk alive in the depths also keeps the adventurers and any sailors that went with them alive. The Sea Folk has 2 factions, one that wants to destroy the intruders and one that wants to speak with them. The adventurers are trapped in a maze of confusing currents that drag them around the constant darkness. The negative Sea Folk are angry that the Sea Demon seems to have been stirred from its slumber underneath the island. They are led by an elderly male priest called Velthur, though the attack on the ship was led by a female warrior called Sethra. If the adventurers manage to convince the Sea Folk that they have no bad intentions, they are set free and given a magical seashell that they can show to other Sea Folk that will grant them favour. It will also allow them to water breathe once per 24 hours, though it will shatter if they kill a Sea Folk. They will also ask them to make a humanoid sacrifice to quell the Sea Demon's wrath. Failing any kind of resolution, they'll be set free in the hope that they will become sacrifices themselves. In the event that nobody went overboard during the storm, it suggests that they should have them encounter them on the shore. Those that weren't captured will wake up on the shore of the island near the wreck of the ship and will see the Sea Demon's tower jutting out from there, a jagged thing of living coral with enough time having passed to be considered a long rest. Any surviving sailors may ask to accompany the party to the temple. While on the island, should any of the adventurers sleep during a long rest, the one with the lowest wisdom has a dream where the Sea Demon appears to them in the friendly guise of the same race as the dreamer, telling them that the temple is dangerous but is a place of great riches and power. They are told that if they leave a companion in the innermost temple, that they may take all of the riches, or can pledge their soul and body to the Sea Demon. Should the dreamer be greedy or stupid enough to make this pledge, their alignment slowly shifts towards chaotic evil, and upon finally arriving there, they must take a level in Warlock, with the patron being the Sea Demon. If they are already a Warlock, they change patrons. The temple itself has an ornate organic tunnel at its base that leads to the depths of the island. The place is littered with the bones of ancient sacrifices, stripped clean having been slowly digested. Next we have information on the general features of the temple, which includes notes on the terrain, light, smells, sounds, and what happens on both long and short rests. It even includes notes on what happens should anybody eat any of the meat that is found in the temple. This is all good, evocative information that helps set the scene. After this we have a full map of the Temple of the Sea Demon, which handily includes a scale, and then it moves through giving us descriptions of each of the rooms in numerical order. There are various shrines, the crab and the seaweed, which present their own challenges and again handily include notes on tailoring the encounters to weak and strong parties. And in the 3rd room the party can be muck, a mud method that begs for pretties in exchange for guiding them to the source of the treasures there. The pretties in question are gems that it swallows. After this we have the Suhag and Shrine, which includes an encounter with a zombie Suhag that tears itself from the wall to attack the adventurers. This is shown on the cover of the adventure. And it moves to various other challenges with the Statue Shrine that contains a quite powerful gelatinous cube presenting a fairly unfair fight one that the scenario acknowledges. The final room is the inner temple. It's here that we discover that the temple itself is the slumbering sea demon, that being a mighty kraken-like creature that lies buried in the mud, its multiple eyes shut, tentacles limp and coral growths extruding from it. A spectral priest lurks here, one of the sea folk that speaks in hisses and whispers that seem to emanate from all around. The place is littered with disquieting shrines and treasure. The priest tells the adventurers that it serves the Nameless One, the sea demon, and although it has forgotten its own name, it is referred to by a sea folk name that translates as Vigilance. If Muck is there, Vigilance rewards it with a gem if the adventurers have suffered to get here, which Muck gleefully takes and flees with. Vigilance tells the adventurers to instruct the surface folk to resume bringing sacrifices to the Nameless One to keep favour with it, telling them that one day the gods of the earth will weaken and the island will fully submerge with the waters that flood the Nameless One stirring it to hunger and vengeance. In the meantime, it requires the intruders leave one living sacrifice behind, allowing them to leave if they do. If they refuse, Vigilance attacks the party, although avoiding any that made the previous pledge to the sea demon. If any adventurer is knocked unconscious, they hear the voice of the sea demon in their head, offering to make a deal. It will grant them survival and strength if they leave another living thing behind and return each year at the first moon with another. They're warned that if they make the deal and then rescind on it, they will be transformed into one of the sea demon's children and join them in eternal glory. The exact details of this are left to the DM. Those that accept the offer immediately heal 3d6 hit points. If they refuse, the sea demon's barbs extrude from the floor and start feeding on them, which drains their hit points and gives them to Vigilance as temporary hit points. There's some fairly decent treasure here, including a ring of swimming and potions of greater healing and hill giant strength. After this we have some XP awards and the stats for all of the monsters in the scenario and the details of the open gaming license. The Sea Demon's Gold is an interesting take on the genre from Arcdream Publishing. It is, to my eyes, a scenario for first level characters, but not for beginners. I think this would be best suited to players with experience who want to start playing 5th edition rather than new players wanting to try out role-playing for the first time. The reason for this is that the scenario kind of paints itself into a corner in a way that newer players may struggle to resolve. The adventurers are shipwrecked on the island, but the scenario gives no hints whatsoever on what they should do to actually get off the island at the end and back to civilization. The implication is that the sea folk are the solution to this, however it could be that the players have burned all bridges with them, presenting them with a conundrum as to their next step. The book itself is nice and the art ranges from excellent, almost Lovecraftian images to looking weirdly unfinished. For example, the picture on page 9 looks like the two characters were copied and pasted from another picture onto the nicely done background image, even to the point where they don't actually cast shadows. Also, at 18 pages it feels a bit short when you consider that 5 of the pages are taken up with NPC and monster stats. I think with more of this fleshed out it would present good value for money. As it stands, this is currently just under $15 or around £12 for the book in print with the PDF on DriveThruRPG, which isn't going to break the bank, though it's also not exactly cheap either, though to be fair the book is in full colour throughout. My thoughts are that putting the pre-gens available to download from swordsandsorceries.com in the book itself would have made this a better buy. They are available as free downloads and are actually fairly interesting and nicely illustrated, which I suppose is an argument for offsetting the cost of printing it in some way. It is worth pointing out that the pre-gens are included in the PDF. This is Arcdream's first dipping of the toes into the realm of 5th edition, and the pedigree of the people involved definitely shows. You could do a lot worse than the Sea Demon's Gold as a way to introduce players to 5th edition, as has lots of nice touches throughout, feels well balanced for a starter party, and you can definitely see the Delta Green and Call of Cthulhu influences bleeding through to this setting, which is all good in my eyes. I look forward to seeing where Arcdream take this series, as I believe it will get better through feedback and could develop into something really good. I give the Sea Demon's Gold a 7 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, please make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Also, if you're interested in buying this product, I've put some links below. Lastly, if you like what I produce here, then maybe think about supporting me on Patreon. Bud out.